drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll off 'em. Op 'em. If he reach, then I'll pop 'em. Street sweeper, I'll wash 'em. Homicide, come and chalk 'em. Drop 'em. One hook and I'll rock 'em. One more and I'll stop 'em. Call the fighter, I'll off 'em. Op 'em.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is the betting odds for the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. The betting odds, I guess I would consider this, heavily favors Alexander Usyk. And we're going to break that down right now for the TBE. All right, so this is from Betting Insider Journal. People who like to bet, you want to know the odds, you want to understand everything. And so here's it says, boxing odds for the upcoming rematch between Usyk versus Joshua 2 are live. Usyk scored a unanimous decision over Joshua to win 4 of his heavyweight titles. Will Joshua's new trainer, Robert Garcia, be enough for AJ to win against the undefeated Ukrainian? Here's the betting odds. So, as you can see, Alexander Usyk is the favorite, negative 215. Joshua is the underdog, plus 175. So to break this down for you, what that means is you would have to bet $215 on Alexander Usyk to win $100. And if you bet $100 on Anthony Joshua, you'd win $175. So those are the betting odds. You need to bet $215 on Usyk, which is basically you need to bet 2 times the amount you would win. So you gotta bet $215 on Usyk to win $100, and you bet $100 on Anthony Joshua, you win $175. So betting odds are basically seems like 2-1. So stop sharing this. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I can turn over to Ned to TPE because you the AJ guy right now. You the one representing AJ. How do you feel about those betting odds, man?
If there was any time to make money, time is now. Now, I'll just the odds are insane, but I'm a big fan of AJ, man, and this makes me want to bet on this fight, even though I may lose, but I feel like I can win. And like 175, the odds as negative 215 to 175. That's the big difference. And I understand AJ got his behind whoop, but I feel like AJ could bounce. AJ got his behind whoop before and he bounced back. I feel like AJ could bounce back in this fight. I say this is the time now to make money. The fixers and G made his pick. And this is G's fault. I'm gonna blame that G's not here to defend himself, but this is G's fault. G picked Usyk, and now like the tables are turned. AJ, bet the house on AJ right now. I promise you, you'll be a happy, satisfied camper at the end of the day, and I'll take those odds. I like it. I like it.
Are you going to make a bet on this
yes,
fight?
I will. Yes, I will.
All
I'll put my money in AJ.
All right, chill out, Bill.
Man, listen, man. They going back and they watching these old fights. They like, shit. You know what I'm saying? And they like, Usyk got a lot riding on this, man. He got a lot of anger and all behind this. You know what I mean? Hey, times has changed, right? Just the last time, who was the favorite? Last time out, who was the betting favorite? Y'all remember who was the betting favorite on the last time out? And times have changed. Everybody seen what happened that fight. Now, on top of that, you want to throw down somebody destroying and coming at somebody's country? Usyk, I'm trying to tell you, Usyk's on it, man. Listen, they must have seen something. Usyk must have been chewing on AK-47 shells or something. You know what I'm saying? The experts, they think that he might get a stoppage. They say this is a different type of Usyk. They say he filled out in the weight and he looking stronger and looking meaner. AJ, this is what we did, right? On this show, right? We was talking about all the things that AJ needs to do to be able to beat Usyk, right? That's what we did on this channel. We said he need to do this, we need to do that. The whole time, what you think Usyk was doing? Usyk was over there getting better, getting madder, getting meaner, getting more passionate. I think this is gonna be one great fight. I think this is gonna be a great fight, and I think this is gonna force AJ, right? I think is gonna force AJ to really bite down. If he want it, he gonna have to go and get it this one. You know how people say that, oh, if you want it, you gotta go get it? No. If you want it, you really gotta go get it this one. Like, you have to go get him. You really have to attack this guy. You really have to go get it.
Yeah.
There's all this on him. Like, it's looking bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't think you can win. A guy that all these people, they written off at the heavyweight division. They wrote him off for being a heavyweight. Now they're saying that they can beat you. You know what I'm saying? 2-time world champion. It's time to show and prove now. And it's not even how you even if you don't win, AJ, it's how you fight this fight that's gonna mean a lot. Like, this is one thing you gotta know about us. Like, we love boxing, right? We really love boxing. So it's not, exactly the fight. It's how you fight. AJ, you can win over all your naysayers by just going out there and fighting. You really could. Because everybody's against you, AJ. This is what you needed. They doubted you before. Like the TBE said, they doubted you before. Use this as fuel and go in there and take what's yours. And you could be 3-time world champion. If not, they're going to be making a movie about Usyk.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear no lies detected. I think Usyk is in a position where everything he's ever dreamed of is right at his fingertips. You got to look at Usyk, man. The dude's a proven winner. Proven winner at every level. Doesn't matter. Just winner, winner, winner. And he's been doubted and he's been the underdog. So, it doesn't surprise me that they make Usyk the favorite because, what they say, if you can't beat him, join him. How many times must the odds makers be wrong before they say, you know what, I'm done. Usyk's the favorite, and that's it. Like, they done had Usyk underdog so many times, they tired of being wrong. But
they like G over there on Usyk. Sorry, G.
I know. The odds makers was like last time when he fought Joshua, they were like 5-1 Joshua, and then they wrote a little note that said Ukrainian soup on it, and then they laughed at each other and high-fived each other. Till he won. Honestly, Usyk deserves to go into this fight the betting favorite. We've seen Anthony Joshua stop by Andy Ruiz, and we saw him outboxed by Alexander Usyk. We've never seen anybody beat Alexander Usyk. As Mayweather used to say, there's no Da Vinci Code. There's no way to beat me. That's what Usyk can say right now. There's no way to beat me. And as much as we love AJ too, I thought AJ did hurt Usyk with a body shot in the fight. But Usyk took his punches well. Usyk showed the ability to handle those shots. And Trill, you brought up a great point. That was his third fight at heavyweight. Now we're talking about his fourth fight at heavyweight. I don't know if you know this, but the more you do something, the better you get most of the time. So you got to expect an even better Usyk. Usyk fought Chaz Witherspoon, and I remember we all came in here. We weren't necessarily impressed with that performance, and we know Chaz came in here to get a little bit of money. You know, Chaz was breathing heavy in that corner, and then he beat Derek Chisora. I mean, I thought the victory over Chisora was impressive. It's even more impressive now when you see Chisora, what he did with Joseph Parker, what he did with Pulev, and then you look at Usyk's ability to beat him. I thought Usyk did well against Chisora, but again, it wasn't anything you weren't running around like, oh man, Usyk's the man. I'm telling you. But then he fought Joshua, and look how good he looked. Just in 3 fights, just kept progressing, which to me is also a scary thing for AJ, because they're saying that Usyk's knocking out his sparring partners. They say he's destroying his sparring partners. And that wouldn't surprise me.
He's mad.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Yo, like I'm telling you, sometimes sometimes you have those moments. Now, what I would say is that could also work against him, because Usyk, when I think of Usyk, I think of high boxing IQ. I think of punch placement. I think of like athleticism. I don't think of knockout artists, So if you tell me he's knocking these dudes out because he's just so good and he's overwhelming them with like talent, then I'm like, oh yeah, it's on. But if you tell me he's knocking them out because he's going in there just trying to knock them out, that's not what I want Usyk to do. I think if you're Usyk, Joshua has to force you to be different. Joshua has to force you to fight differently. You go in there prepared, like Usyk, you got you got multiple game plans, plan A, plan B, all the way to Z if you're Usyk. But Joshua has to make you fight different. Floyd used to always say this. He say, you got to make me respect your fight skills. And I think that's it. Joshua has to make Usyk respect him. And just to say what Trill said, I think that's what Joshua better go in there trying to do. He better go in there, bite down, and say, I'm going to be champion or get knocked out trying. If he does that, like you said, he'll not only will the fans be able to live with it, but he'll be able to live with it. But if he goes in there and does that, like, running, going on the ropes and trying to survive, people are going to look at him like he don't have heart, and it's going to eat at him because he never took the risk. So I do think Usyk deserves to be the betting favorite based off of performance and his boxing history. But this fight to me is very much a 50-50 still, and I'm still in the process of trying to figure out who I think will win on August 20th.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.